Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you a short talk on special announcements. Number one, the speaker introduced himself and he said he would be a biology professor that semester. And finally, the speaker announced he was the professor for this class, and that class was the introductory class for the student who was not majoring on science. Number two, the speaker welcomed the people to the Flight 140, and next he announced that were the flight non-stop to Hong Kong. And after that, the speaker suggested the people should bring the seat back to the upright position. And finally, the speaker reminded smoking was not allowed on that plane. Number three, the speaker announced the stop on that garden tour was very short, so he suggested the ladies should come back the bus in 15 minutes. And next, the speaker just announced they have to leave on time because they have one garden to visit that day before lunch break. And finally, the speaker announced they must leave on time and he didn't want to leave anyone behind. Number four, the speaker announced that were the express train to New York. And next, the speaker announced the local train was across the platform, so she suggested people should step in and watch out the closing door. And finally, the speaker reminded again, next stop, New York. Number five, the speaker catch the people's attention. And next, she announced the actor who played Macbeth that night was sick, so the role of Macbeth would be played by Alfred Sato. Number six, the speaker catch the people's attention, and next, she announced the driver who parked the blue car near the front door should move the car because that gate and the area was only for the delivery truck. And finally, the speaker asked the driver to move the car to the garage. Number seven, the speaker announced the 10:30 guided tour would be begin in 15 minutes. And next, she announced all the people who hold the ticket should line up at the end of the hall. And after that, the speaker announced if someone who didn't have any tickets should go to the front desk and get one. And finally, the speaker announced the tickets were totally free, but the people need one to participate in the guide tour. Number eight, the speaker say good afternoon to the passengers. And next, the speaker announced in 5 minutes they would pass over the Lake Frank. Next, the speaker suggested the people should look out the left side on the plane and they would be able to see the lake. After that, the speaker commented the cloud was clear up and the weather was sunny and shine. So finally, the speaker concluded the passengers would have good view. Number nine, the speaker announced coming up next to the news on the Radio 2000 were the that day weather report. And next, the speaker announced the weather report would be preceded by the full hour classical music. And after that, the speaker announced late that afternoon they had an interview with Miss Lucia Park, who was a world famous violinist, and she would discuss with them about her recent concert tour. And finally, the speaker reminded the people shouldn't miss it. Number 10. The speaker announced the setup house case had been found in the cafeteria that morning. So it's just going to the security office and asked Miss Chang if the people think the set of the case was theirs. Thank you for your listening. Number 1. The speaker welcomed the people to the train's Amer, the boat non-stop to London. And next, the speaker announced they had some delay due to a traffic problem in the Dallas. And next, the speaker announced Captain wanted to serve the passengers with the beverage. So the speaker suggested the passenger should stay in the seat so they could serve the passengers better. Number 2. The speaker announced a retirement of Mr. Millicent. And next, the speaker reminded all of them who worked with Miss Millicent on news she had a optimistic outlook and efficient manner, so it would help them go through the busy work day. And then she announced Mr. Millicent retirement would cause they miss her so much, but they wish her the best, and the people hope her have the good rest during her cruise all over the world.